students. So I hope you all are fine, and today we are going to discuss the two ways to solve or to calculate the highest common factor, that is the HCF, right? And factor, you already know what is a factor. A factor of a number is a number that completely divides the number without leaving any remainder, right? So in your lower classes you must have calculated, suppose like for example I would like to give an example for 40. If you're asked to calculate all the factors of 40, so how did you calculate it? 1 multiplied to 40 is 40. The next is 2. Yes, 40 is divisible by 2. So 2 multiplied to 20 is 40. 3 is not divisible. 40 is not divisible by 3. Then 4 is divisible by 40. 4 tens are 40. 5 also divides 40. 5 multiplied to 8 is 40. The next is 6, no, 7, 8. So we stop here. So what are the factors? Let us list the factors of 40. The factors of 40. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, 40. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, 40. So this was the method you followed to find the factors, all the factors of a given number, right? So that means what? The factors of 40 are, 40 itself is a factor of 40 and 1 is a factor. Remember one thing, 1 is a factor for all the numbers and the number itself is also a factor for all the numbers. That means every number is divisible by itself. Every number is divisible by itself, and apart from that you can see here 40 has other factors. So why 2 is a factor of 40? Because 40 divided by 2, the remainder is 0. 40 divided by 4, the remainder is 0. So all these numbers whenever divided by 40 will give the remainder 0. Okay, so these are the factors of 40. So factor of a number is a number that completely divides the number without leaving any remainder. I think the idea is clear with you all. So now we are going to learn the technique of finding the HCF by prime factorization. Clear? The first question, students, you know how to prime factorize, right? So let's prime factorize each of the given number. 112. So what is the meaning of prime factorization? That means what? You have to use only prime numbers for factorizing. And I think you are clear with what is a prime number and what is a composite number. Like you have the numbers 2, 3, 5, 7. They are called as prime numbers because if you find out the factors, 2 has only 2 factors, 1 and 2. 3 has only 2 factors, 1 and 3. 5 has only 2 factors, 1 and 5. 19 has only 2 factors, 1 and 19. So these type of numbers are called as prime numbers. That means they have only 2 factors. One of the factor is always 1, which is a factor for all the numbers, and the other is the number itself, right? And apart from that, they don't have any other factor. But the numbers which have more than 2 factors are called as what? Composite numbers, right? But the numbers which have only 2 factors are called as prime numbers. So let's take only the prime numbers. Clear? So it's divisible by 2. The divisibility by 2 is what? The last digit should be 2, 4, 6, 8 or 0. So 2 5s are 10, 2 6s are 12, 2 28, right? 2 14, 2 7. 7 ones are 7. Okay? So this one already we have factorized. Let's come to 144 now. Also go with 7, 72, then this is 36, 18, 9, 3. You can stop here also if you want. You can just write 3 ones are 3. Clear? The next we have 180. So this also goes with 2. Only the prime numbers you are going to use, students. 90, 245. This will be divisible by 3 because 4 plus 5, add the digits is 9. So 3 15s are 45. 3 5s are 15, 5 1s are 5. So now next thing, write down the factors for each of the numbers. So 112 is equal to 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to. So how many 2's we are having? 4 2's and 1 7. 144, 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 3 multiplied to 3. And 180, 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 3 multiplied to 3 multiplied to 5. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, students, I'm just just in your lower classes till the grade 5th, what you used to do, you used to take the numbers which is common to all and used to circle it, right? But now we'll be using a bit different technique to find out the HCF. Okay, just see how am I going to find it. Now how many 2's I have here? Now already you have the idea of exponents, right? So I have 4 2's over here, so I can write it as 2 to the power of 4. Yes, 2 to the power of 4 is same as 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 2 multiplied to 2. Multiplied to 7 is only single, so I will write 7. There is no power, the power is 1. Now how many 2's you are having over here? 4 2's again, right? So 2 to the power of 4. Multiplied to how many 3's I have? 2 3's I have. So 3 raised to the power of 2. Clear? Now in this case also you can see here I have 2 2's. That means I can write 2 raised to the power of 2 multiplied to 3 raised to the power of 2. I have 2 3's here and only 1 5. Okay. So now students, what you are going to do, you have already expressed these factors in the form of exponents, right? The next thing is what? When you are finding the HCF, you should see how many numbers are given. So there are 3 numbers given. So with the number which is common to all the 3. First find out the number which is common to all the 3. Instead of circling and doing, now you have to better follow this technique, right? Now what I'm going to do, students, here, just find out the number which is common to both. Now you can see here 7 is not there in all, is not a common factor. Clear? Then 3 also is not a common factor because only these 2 numbers, that means only 144 and 180 have 3. But 112 doesn't have 3. But 2 is common to all the 3. 2 is a number, the prime factor which is common to all the 3 given numbers, right? So now, therefore, HCF will be equal to, just choose the 2 which is having the lowest power. First of all, the first thing, remember, choose the number which is common to both, which is common to all the given numbers. That means all the 3 numbers. So here you can see 5 is not there, 5 is not a common factor, 3 is not the common factor, 7 is not the common factor, but 2 is a common factor, right? And which is the lowest power of 3 here? This is the lowest power of 2 here is 2 to the power of 2. Choose the lowest power. This is the lowest power, right? And you know 2 to the power of 2 is 2 multiplied to 2, that is equal to 4. So this is your HCF. So other way around, how you used to do? You used to circle it like this. This is common to all the 3. Then this is common to all the 3. Okay, now you have only this here, only 2 2's are there, but no. So you used to multiply 2 into 2, but instead of doing that, you can do in a better method. Okay. Bit number 2. The given numbers are 129, 215 and 387. So let's first prime factorize 129. It is not divisible by 2, right? Let us check whether it is divisible by 3 or not. 9 plus 2, 11 plus 1, 12. Yes, it is divisible by 3. Add the digits. So 3 4's are 12, 3 3's are 9. But then this 43 is a prime number. Okay? Clear? It doesn't have anything, so it is only divisible by 43. Okay? Let's come to 215. This is divisible by 3 and 5 both. No, not divisible by 3. Okay, it's divisible by 5. 5 4's are 20, 5 3's are 15. 43 1's are 43. Let's come to 387. This is divisible by 3. Add the digits. 3 plus 8, 11 plus 7, 18. 3 6's are 18, we know. So 3 1's are 3, 3 2's are 6, 3 9's are 27. Again 3 4's are 12, 3 3's are 9. So 43 1's. Let's write the factors. 129 is equal to 3 multiplied to 43. 215 is equal to 5 multiplied to 43. 387 is equal to 3 multiplied to 43. So here in this case, there is no point of converting into exponent. You can see here only 43 is common to all the 3. So search for the factor which is common to all the 3. 3 is not common to all, 5 is not common to all, but 43 is a common factor. So directly you can write down, therefore HCF is equal to 43. But when you have a combination of many 2's, many 3's, so you can go for the first method that I told you, right? Now let's come to the next question. Find the HCF by continued division. Okay, so this also you have done, but let's take a revision for this also. By continued division method. So two numbers, 1078 and 1463. Okay, so just you have to choose the smaller number as a divisor and the greater number as a dividend, right? So which is the greater among these? 1463 is the dividend, it is greater, and the divisor will be 1078. Clear? And as usual, we are going to divide it. So obviously it will go with 1, because if it is 2, then it becomes greater. So 1078 ones are 1078. So let's subtract it. 13 minus 8 is 5. Now here remain 5. So 15 minus 7. 15 minus 7 is 8. Clear? And here remains 3. So how much we got here? 385. Now the next step is important. So after division, after you subtracted, students, now you got the remainder as 385. Now whatever remainder you got, that becomes the next divisor. That becomes the next divisor, and the last divisor, this is the last divisor, this divisor comes here and becomes the dividend, right? Clear? So this divisor comes here and becomes the dividend, right? So now here you can see, so let us find out with what it will go. 385, let's try with 2. Let's try it with 4 or 3. So with 3 we are getting 1155. That's becoming greater, so it will go with 2. So 2 5s are 10. 770. Let's subtract 8 minus 0, 8, 7 minus 7, 0, 10 minus 7, 3. So we got here 308, right? So now this remainder becomes your divisor, and the last divisor comes to the dividends place. Is it clear? Obviously this will go with 1 only. 308. So 15 minus 8 is 7. And this is also 7. 7 remains here. Now 77 becomes the divisor, and 308, the last divisor, becomes the dividend. So now let's solve it. So let's try it with 4. Yes, 77 4s are 308. So now ultimately we got the remainder as 0. So what is the HCF? HCF is the last divisor, not the quotient, but the last divisor. That means the HCF of these two numbers by continued division method is 77. Now let's come to the next question. So here you are given 3 numbers, so you can choose any 2 numbers first, that's up to you. Okay, so out of these 3, let us choose the first 2 numbers, that is 1000. Okay, 1682 and 1798. Let us find their HCF first. So among these two, this is greater and this is smaller. So the smaller one is chosen as the divisor. So 1682, ones are 1682. Subtraction, 8 minus 2, 6, 1, 1. So after subtraction we got here 116. The remainder 116 now becomes the divisor, and 1682 becomes the dividend, right? So let's solve this in 2 steps. We can take these first 3 digits first. So 116, ones are 116, right? So 8 minus 6 is 2. 6 minus 1 is 5. 2 comes down. This division is not completed, students, okay? Here I have taken the first 3 digits first, okay? So now the 2 comes down. Let's again divide it. So 4, 6 are 24. 5. So this will go with 4. Clear? 4 is 24. 6, 4, 64, right? So now here you have 12 minus 4, 8. and here you have 11 minus 6, 5, 58. Okay, so we got here 58. Now the division is complete. The remainder is 58 now. So now this 58 becomes the divisor, and 116, the last divisor, becomes the dividend. So obviously this will is divisible by 2. This will go with 2. 2 8 is 16, 2 5 is 10, 11, 116. So what is the HCF of these two numbers? 58 is the HCF, but that is not, but the question is not complete. We have the last number also, 2146. So the HCF of the first two number, the third number divided by the HCF of the first two numbers, 2146. Okay, so let's solve it now. So let us take 214 first. Normally we will divide it first. So 4 8s are 32. 3, we'll go with 3. 3 8 is 24. 174. So this is 0, and 11 minus 7 is 4. 406. Okay. Now let's solve it. 7 8s are 56. 6 5. 7 5s are 35 plus 5. 40. Yes. This goes with 7. Clear? So now after division, you already got the remainder 0. So this is the HCF for all the three numbers. So therefore the HCF is equal to how much? 58. So this way you are going to solve the long division method or the continued division method, right? So I hope students, with this your idea must be clear about the prime factorization method of finding the HCF and the continued division of finding the HCF. So in the next class we'll be discussing some more questions. So till then, study well, take care.